This is XRydeckX from Rogue Sheep Gaming.
And this is Unaidedknave, and we'll be right back after this short cutscene.
We called it the Traveler, and its arrival changed us forever. Great cities were built on Mars and Venus. Mercury became a garden world. Human lifespan tripled. It was a time of miracles. We stared out at the galaxy and knew that it was our destiny to walk in the light of other stars. But the Traveler had an enemy, a darkness which had hunted it for eons across the black gulfs of space. Centuries after our golden age began, this darkness found us. And that was the end of everything. But it was also a beginning.
Is it possible? There you are.
Wow,
Guardian.
Destiny
What's
beta
up, Guardian?
finally arriving. Knave, you had a chance to play it for 5 straight hours today. What did you think?
It's definitely everything I thought it would be, you know. Definitely met all my
I'm a ghost.
expectations so far.
Actually,
Haven't had
now
any
I'm
real
your
problems.
ghost. And
Love
you-
the multiplayer.
Well, you've been dead for a long time.
Multiplayer is always
So
going
you're
to be a
gonna see a
staple
lot of
for most
things you
Bungie
won't
games, and most
understand.
people do know that. Right now, we're taking a look at the very, very beginning of the beta. This is right after you're found from the ghost, and theoretically, if those guys are right behind you, you better get the hell out of there, don't you think? Well, we're going to go ahead and take a look at this, and we'll be in and out to kind of point out a few things and enjoy the gameplay. Starting off first, we come out, and it looks like we're in the car graveyard. Very, very beautiful, beautiful skyline, like I've been saying all day.
Yeah, dude. Bungie never fails when it comes to graphics. Just amazing, nice, smooth, outlining. Definitely enjoyed every last bit of this game that I've played so far. Definitely looking forward to the release on September 9th, right?
Oh yeah,
September 9th.
September 9th, definitely. Alright, we're going to go ahead and head on to this building and check out some of the inner workings of this wall. Very, very unique setting that Russia had a giant mechanized wall built. What's up with that? Kind of weird with the situations that are going on now. Kind of need a mechanized wall sometimes anyway. Not trying to post-date the video. As we move here through the smaller sections, of course, the scenes look amazing. Kind of reminded me of Fallout 3 when I first started playing it, actually.
Just a little bit, yeah. I played a lot of Fallout 3 myself, and some of the layouts are a lot alike, but in a lot of ways, this is nothing like Fallout.
Thank God there's not every chest as you can search in every little article,
Right.
because that would be tedious. Just imagine, because you know Bungie likes to hide shit everywhere. Bungie always hiding stuff. So right here, we're turning the power on, and oh shit, we got a bunch of guys coming. Hopefully we'll pick up a weapon here. Oh, there we go.
Found a rifle.
So when you first picked up your weapon, what was your first? What was the very first thing that you thought of? What was the first thing you did when you picked up the weapon?
Why is my scope broke? That's what I was wondering. Why is it cracked?
Well, obviously it's been left there a long time, or something or other. Running into the first enemies. How were the enemies looking for you?
You know, I wasn't quite expecting him to be so alien-like, but I mean, I guess that's kind of the setting of the game, you know? It is, you know, post-apocalyptic world after an alien invasion. But they, you know, they look good. They're fast, I'll tell you that. I mean, from what I've played, they're fast little shits when it comes down to it.
So now I'll be honest with you. I haven't been researching the game a lot like other, of course, our guests and our viewers. They're people that have researched the game, and they're probably ripping their hair out because they're like, "Oh my God, they're not, you know, whatever." But calm down, you guys. We're researching the game. The one thing we wanted to do is, since the beta is closing, we wanted to make sure that we got all the footage up for you. So we have every single level coming up. We have all the available campaign co-op footage. This footage, of course, is the tutorial portion of the campaign, where you can't really join in a multiplayer setting because, you know, obviously you're starting to learn the ropes. You're getting your first gun. You're ranking up for the first time. You're engaging in multiple, you know, different scenarios where you have enemies coming at you from all sides, and then you have a boss fight at the end, which we'll see later on. But I mean, all in all, my take from the game, it's an amazing product. But I'm gonna go ahead and be honest, it's far from perfect. A few netcode issues that I have with it, of course, is sometimes the server is dropping your teammates or dropping you out, you know. But that's to be expected in a beta, I understand. But also some of the things that I was afraid of when I heard about the game coming out. Especially when they were talking about the weapon system, about how they were going to have a lot of different weapons. When I first got my different scout rifle, when I first got a different one, I was amazed that it looked exactly like the last one that I had. That it was just a different color. Now, I don't know if these are just beta build weapons and they're not, like, you know, the lower tier class weapons, and maybe they'll be different. I'm obviously hoping that the legendary weapons that people keep talking about are going to be epic, and if they're not, then I'm going to be sorely disappointed. Kind of like Borderlands let down when they came out and they said they were going to have all these guns, and yet there was only like 10 different guns and they were all the same, just different colors.
Well, not necessarily. I mean, I played a lot of Borderlands myself, but yes, a lot of the guns looked the same, but there were like minor variations, you know, different scopes on them, different, you know, abilities or attributes on the weapons, accuracy, you know, things like that. So I mean, I'm sure that it's going to be integrated just like that, you know, as far as weapons here in Destiny. But we will see, you know, once we, you know, actually get to play the real game. But, here at this part, you're,
Fallen ships this close to the surface.
We're actually in the Divide still.
Yeah.
Going through the beginning portions of it. You're actually fighting through the Fallen at this point. I'm going to go ahead and lie. I'm reading the checkpoint just for visual reference here. You're going to go ahead and be moving up. But the one thing that I do like about it is the fact that the multiplayer seems to be really balanced. Most of the people in the blogs and the forums were saying that a lot of the abilities and a lot of the supers were going to play a lot of role in the game, and playing about 3 or 4 hours of the Crucible campaign or the Crucible multiplayer last night, I noticed that a lot of the attributes didn't really come into play. It was mostly a lot of let's say minor weapon skill, because usually you'd be, you know, running around a corner and it was a perfectly placed shotgun blast, or you were coming up on and you saw the guy for a split second and there was a sniper bullet to the face. I mean, it was a lot of really good players out there in the beta too. I want to give a shout out to all those guys playing up against Rogue Sheep Gaming this weekend. We are definitely representing, and we will definitely representing tonight after we get done with these videos.
One thing I did notice in the multiplayer, and it really comes down to what kind of class you are, because I noticed while I was playing multiplayer, a lot of the Warlocks, they are, you know, really, really heavy duty when it comes to their attributes and their special abilities. I mean, I ran into a few Warlocks, one in particular that was just all over me, and then every time I turned around and, you know, got into a fight with him, he was nailing me with his super. So, I mean, it just really comes down to the style of gameplay that you're comfortable with. But, I mean, just like Rydeck's saying, a lot of it does come down to, you know, just pure weapon skill.
So then, do you think the super plays a big role in multiplayer? Do you think that actually brings a game changer?
It definitely does bring a game changer. I mean, especially, you know, it's a lot easier, especially with the Warlock. I mean, it's a lot easier to bring down, you know, the vehicles, like, you know, driving on the Interceptor, and Warlock coming out of nowhere and blasting you with his super. Definitely takes a toll on you.
Alright, we're wrapping up here towards the end of the level. We're getting ready to find our first ship of the day, and we're also looking for the first boss and getting some minor enemies. The one thing that I did like about it is the fact that the game rewards you for headshots. They reward you for skilled shots. They reward you for things that other games don't. Like if you kill somebody with a headshot, you might get a medal for it. You know, but this game actually gives you a little XP boost. The other thing that I liked is at the very beginning you can set the difficulty. That is one thing, and it gives you that experience boost. Every time that I feel that if in a RPG, if you set the experience up on the highest level, I believe that you should get a massive experience boost for that, and rightfully so. I mean, this game on hard mode, there will be several accounts where you'll see where we are playing on hard mode and we are somewhat getting handled. Right here, I'm kind of trying to duck out and get around here, trying to regain some shield. Got a bunch of guys in front of me. The little guys, kind of a nuisance. I mean, they can come up from behind you and just take down all your shields. What are the? I can't remember the. Are they Archons or? No, the Archon was the enemy in the second one. I can't remember specifically what enemy it was, but they come out and they just charge you with their knives, and it's
the Vandal.
Yeah, there you go.
It's a different type of Vandal, and yeah, they charge you with 2 sets of knives, and the damage that they do when they melee is ridiculous. Definitely had a couple times that I had troubles with them. But here we're just about to get the ship. Probably one of my new things about this game, you know, the Ghost. Definitely a useful little tool. Helps you, you know, find your way. But
We're going to go ahead and let you guys enjoy the rest of this cutscene. This has been Rydeck.
And Unaidedknave with Rogue Sheep
Made a
Gaming.
jump in centuries.
And we're going to go ahead and we're going to present more of these videos. Be checking out for them. Make sure if you guys do enjoy the video, make sure you like.
And subscribe and enjoy
I
the
can make it
Destiny
work.
beta.
Okay, it's not going to break orbit, but it just might get us to the city. Now, about that transmat. Bringing you in. We can come back for them when you're ready. Let's get you home. Welcome to the last safe city on Earth. The only place the Traveler can still protect. It took centuries to build. Now, we're counting every day it stands. And this tower is where the Guardians live.